A new report has revealed major gaps in compliance with vape flavour rules. The study from the Public Health Communication Centre has found more than 1 in 4 vape products, around 25% of nearly 7,000 that were assessed, are breaching these regulations. Just 4 of the 22 retailers surveyed were fully compliant 9 months after these rules came into effect. Researchers say stronger restrictions are needed to stop young people from taking up vaping in the first place. Joining us now is lead author of the study, Dr Lucy Hardie from the University of Auckland. Morena to you. Thank you so much for coming in. Just to give the viewers a bit of context first, tell us about the regulations that did come in 9 months ago. What exactly were they? What were they restricting?
So the aim of that policy was really to get rid of flavours that would actively appeal to young people, like candy, soda, lemonade, bubblegum, those types of things. So we really didn't want them in the market. And so this regulation introduces 57 names that you can select from to label your vape products. So they include sort of your mint, tobacco, and then a range of sweet and fruity flavours.
So basically eliminating the things like bubblegum that clearly have appeal to children.
Exactly.
Talk us through the findings of your report. I mean, obviously disappointing.
Yeah, so we looked at nearly 7,000 products and found that nearly a quarter of, or over a quarter of them were not complying with these rules. And I guess one of the things that surprised me is that this restriction is not particularly robust or comprehensive in the first place. There are a lot of options because you can choose 2 of these flavours.
So you can
have 1,500 options. So it was surprising that they weren't complying with it, but also in a way it wasn't, because I know that these flavours are really important to recruit young vapers.
So it's not necessarily that there's a problem with enforcement, but potentially the regulations themselves aren't written very well. Would that be fair to say?
I think it's probably a combination of both. We've got so many retailers, so many products on the market, it's impossible probably with the resources that we already have to actually monitor those really well. But also the other problem is that we keep making these ad hoc tiny changes to policies in New Zealand to try and attend to this problem. And what we really need is a more comprehensive and robust strategy to really bring down these rates for young people.
Right, so this is basically tweaking at the edges, you would say. Tell us more about, I guess, how those regulations work. Do you think it's because the retailers clearly are trying to, does it demonstrate that they're trying to appeal to a younger audience here?
Yeah, I think the key thing for vaping and all nicotine products really is that no one really takes them up when they're sort of over 30. So it's really important to get them when they're young. So for teenagers, for children, for sort of 20-year-olds, it's really important that those products are appealing to them. And so if they know that those flavours are the most palatable, they also know, we know from research that for young people, those types of flavours are not associated, they sort of reduce their perceptions of harm. You know, you think sweet strawberry, that does, that's fine, you know, that's like a lolly or candy. So there's those things going on.
You said that you think basically the regulation needs to be a lot more comprehensive. What would that ideally look like to you?
Well, there's an unlimited amount of how much time have you got, basically. But really, I think one easy thing that we could do based on this study is just to completely scrap this sweet and fruity flavoured category. Do we really need them? You know, we can have mint and tobacco and unflavoured, and that will keep people that need those to move away from smoking. That keeps products available without having all those enticing flavours on the market for children and for young people.
Well, it's a fascinating study and obviously disappointing results as you've just explained. Dr Lucy Hardie, lead author of public health researcher as well. Thank you so much for coming in the studio. I appreciate your time.
All right, still to